Well, Fred on fire early, gets away from Kemp, who recovers well. Now Nathan Burns. Kemp continues his run. And that is a good positive piece of play from Matthew Kemp. Already the early signs that width will be so crucial to the outcome of this game. Nathan Burns, for the moment, operating on the left-hand side of the Adelaide United midfield.
And he'll come and tuck across because he's not a natural wide player. The natural width will come from Travis Dodd on the other side.
Ball played in deep to the back post. Dodd with a header. Travis Dodd with the opening goal of the major semi-final. Away from home, he silenced the Telstra Dome. What an important goal that is for Adelaide United.
Well, Steve Pandelides, I think, gets square on. Travis Dodd really didn't need to move much. He just hung at the back post. It's a very good cross coming in from the left-hand side. Pandelides misjudges the flight of it. Travis Dodd, that's a great header. Great ball from Diego to the back post. Travis Dodd just heads this back from where it came from. Across the Oclatos, who has no chance. And of course now we will have a result. There will be no extra time or penalties.
Yes, we can all breathe easy. No extra time, no penalties. This game will be decided. Aloisi, Danny Allsop with plenty of room. He's been invited to shoot. Danny Allsop. And there was plenty of meat behind that effort from the big number 9. Sadly for him, it was wide of the target. Alagic over the halfway line. Tries to play it inside for Dodd. It's been intercepted by Vargas.
Yeah, well played by Roddy Vargas there, just coming across, sweeping for Pandelides, and he'll need to do that. Travis Dodd's so quick.
Fernando playing it in for Viet. Well, as usual, makes life difficult for defenders. It's now broken for Fernando, and that shot was on target. Straight at the goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's a good strike though. Hit it with venom.
Story with his left knee strapped. Musket, now Brebner. Waits for a run from Pantelides, comes inside instead, Grant Brebner. Danny Allsop with a chance to shoot. Save from Beltrame, a very important one. Still with Melbourne. Story squares it up. Musket thinks about a shot, goes inside instead. And again, maybe someone needs to pull the trigger for Melbourne victory, as Allsop did on that occasion. Poor pass there from Musket. Well, that effort from Danny Allsop was in fact their first shot on target. That has probably been a problem for Melbourne victory. At the other end, Adelaide much more inclined to shoot, as Diego does here. He had a good look at the goal there, the Brazilian.
They should do better. Should hit the target.
We're in the last minute of regulation time in the first half here at the Telstra Dome. Adelaide will be desperate to keep this scoreline intact. Melbourne will be equally determined to change the balance of this game with a goal before half-time. Fred still going. Fred down he goes, and the referee has had a good long look at that, and that will be a card for the Brazilian for simulation. And if he's got that right, I applaud the decision of Mark Shield. Bustling, surging, menacing run here from Danny Allsop, and Danny Allsop has levelled it up in the major semi-final. The victory are very much alive.
Well, what a finish. What a goal from Danny Allsop. Saying he hasn't been in form in the last few weeks. Well, he's brought this massive crowd at the Telstra Dome to life. He doesn't bring a smile from Ernie Merrick, but he brings a smile to all these people here and his teammates. It's a wonderful finish. It opens up for him. Here he drives inside. Beltanis, he takes it the other way onto his left foot. And there's placement and there's power in this shot. Here it goes. He shapes to go outside, comes inside. And that goes into the top corner. Unstoppable. Wonderful strike from Danny Allsop.
Goal number 12 of the season for Danny Allsop, undoubtedly his most important. John Cosmina, this is his 300th game as a first grade coach this evening. Spells in the old NSL with Newcastle and Brisbane Strikers. Former Socceroo captain. Guided Adelaide United to the minor premiership last season, but I'm sure he will enjoy this victory perhaps more than any other. Well, not this victory, I should say, this result, if Adelaide United do get themselves into the grand final. And it's Greg Owens with a shot from the half volley. He's put it over the frame of the goal. Merrick looking as though he might make a change. It is Alessandro that Ernie Merrick is talking to at the moment with the help of an interpreter. A Scottish-speaking interpreter, I hope. Adelaide have it. There goes Diego. The shot is just wide.
They love him here.
They love him to bits. He's drawn the foul. Another free kick. Another set piece. Everyone's going to go forward for Melbourne victory. Layett is there. Vargas is there. Allsop always a threat. Robinson. Testing times here for Adelaide. In comes the free kick. Good delivery. Robinson. And it's gone in. The substitute has put Melbourne victory into the grand final.
Well, it's unbelievable. Adelaide don't deal with it. They've dealt with every ball into the box today. And the one 2 minutes into injury time, it's lobbed in there. It falls to James Robinson. The header doesn't have power, but what it has is direction. And it loops over Beltrami, and it quite possibly sends Melbourne victory into the grand final in 2 weeks' time here at the Telstra Dome.
Amazing scenes here at the Telstra Dome. He hasn't scored a goal for Melbourne victory until now, and what a time to score for James Robinson. The minor premiers now just seconds away from hosting the grand final, and they've had to do it the hard way.
Well, it's heartbreaking for Adelaide. They kept probing. They get a good ball into the box. No one's picking up James Robinson on the far post. He just loops his header. There's not a lot of power. Loops it over Beltrami into the far corner. And Ernie Merrick still hasn't moved.
What does it take to make this man smile? Thompson. 3 against 2 for Melbourne. Robinson wants another chance. Still going is Archie Thompson. They're queuing up. The shot is blocked. And eventually cleaned up by Daniel Beltrami. A look at the watch here from Mark Shield. There can only be seconds remaining. Jete is the target. Dodd. Travis Dodd against the keeper. What a save from Michael Theokotos.
Well, Michael Theokotos has come up with the most dramatic save of the season. What about a chance?
Huge save from the goalkeeper. And there is the final whistle. Melbourne victory are into the grand final, and it will be played here at the Telstra Dome. The late show for the minor premiers has brought Adelaide United undone in the cruelest circumstances imaginable. The final score in the second leg of the major semi is Melbourne victory 2, Adelaide United 1.